Museum of Art. What can we expect at the Museum of Art? It's got to be art. Steel beams at different angles. Right angle, wrong angle. There is no such thing as right and wrong. There's what I call something that works in balancing this structure. And if you take one of these beams off, it'll collapse. So there's something that works and something that doesn't work. With humans, what does not work is what we seems to follow in politics, in individual ideals, that it works for them, or what they call it in the name of right. I'm right, you're wrong. The people who have been so right on this earth has done the most cruel things in their lives to the others, because what's right for them has not worked for the other, or for the people who elect them to run the government, the people who put the right person in government, in an office, in a position, made sure that whoever they elected or who they elected into government messed them up big time in their finances, in their jobs, in their nations, in their freedom of being able to express their free thought and emotions. Well, I want to share something that is so poignantly important today here at the Dallas Museum of Art. It is not about the art, it is the balance of what works. Look at this structure. Just simply look at it. I don't think anyone is going to watch this video or has interest in what I'm saying, because that's not logically correct to anyone who's in an illogical set of frame of mind. I'm not reading off a scripture. I'm not reading off a political note. I'm not reading off a theologian's angle. I'm simply talking with the principles of how the entire cosmos and the existence function. You tell me where it starts and where it finishes when it takes, or at least, well, let's relate to the logic that you know of as life. When I call it life, it's not the car you drive, it's not the house you live in, it's not the nation that you are meant to represent. Let's take as life just what's throbbing inside of your heartbeat. If it ceased to exist, your heartbeat continue to beat in its rhythmic norms, so-called norms, the life will cease to exist, or you shall not exist here as a human being or as a life, of any life that has the fundamental reverberation of energies. Anyway, too much so far? You with me? I'm trying to put you in the relationship with the logic, but I don't think anyone is able to understand. Anyway, so there's no such thing as right or wrong. The artist and the engineer who was working together in collaboration to bring this beautiful feature in the front front facade of the entrance to the Dallas Museum of Art has balanced with the perfect geometry of this existence. Because of the perfect geometry of our existence, the planet is spinning and is at the same time. There's no steel cable or a string attached to anywhere. It's this mud ball spinning and spinning and spinning. And you, like a dot speck sat on it, making the decisions how the planet should spin, or you trying to stop it or to pause. No, simply playing with nonsense, constructs that has absolutely no relevance to the existence of life here on earth. As human-centric as such, it is time that we step out and step into the realities and know the perfect geometry that is balancing us and keeping us in perfect sync. Yet, so there's nothing right, nothing wrong. Whoever's been thinking that they're doing the right thing has caused enormous. Look at the wars that are going on. A group of people think that they're right. The others are wrong. The others think the ones who are protesting is wrong and the ones who are not protesting is right. Everyone sees it as right and wrong. In this right and wrong, we have divided, we have fueled endless wars around the world, we have destroyed unlimited lives, and on top of that, where are we at? No end to the suffering of humanity and the animals and other creatures that are supporting us. If not for the other creatures, the biomicrobial life that exists in this very soil. People must be thinking, who's this lunatic touching the grass, blades of grass, those droplets of the dew that evaporates and make into the breath of fresh air in this little park surrounded by all these glass buildings and a church tower. All of this is overwhelming for the humans to absorb and to be able to logically attach themselves to be right and wrong. I think it's time that we step out and step into the realities and bring the next generation of our children to relate to more authentic without ever confusing them with these glass facades that are reflecting light and blinding the direction and getting distorted by so much. I'm going to walk into the place of worship that should be the place of worship. Will it be open? At least to me, who's the only one who's stepping in. This is the First United Church. From the Dallas Museum to the church. Here I am.